Hi, if you are watching this, you have purchased my supplemental education material bundle for students with special needs. Before we get started, if you are going to make a phone call, tell a colleague, especially if it is your first year or time at the school. It is a polite thing to do. Day one, autistic kids love to hear things that are good repeated. Singing and rhyming, like this one. I guess I may have lost my dolly. Fill in the blank here. And thought he was you. I believe this is the only possible way this was true. The child learns verbs and learns the two rhyming words, you and true. Day two, how to express frustration. Rhyming. Children with autism are always looking for ways to express their frustration within the guidelines of what is appropriate. Try this. But since the thing I put there is not there, when I returned, I am really concerned. Now let's move to day three. To help a child with autism understand when you are in private mode, you can simply say, my eyes and ears only. And this is how you practice private mode. Day four, the sing along list. This is one of my personal favorites. Here's why. Walking down the hallway for a child without disabilities may be boring or seem like autopilot. But for children with autism, it is a really difficult task. Pick three things. Sing them down the hallway as you're going to your destination. If you have the child when you go back to the first classroom, you simply add the words, I got, like this. Rollerball, grapefruit, lip balm, $5. I tried this with one of my students and she loved the song I chose. This is how it goes. Eventually, if you do not show the child what you are talking about, he or she will keep asking. Singing is very effective. Vets will love you for it. Day five. Whether you have an autistic child who is learning to read for the first time or has picked up some reading techniques to be on a higher level, setting cues in the classroom is essential for making the mood. The tip is called sync and go up. Some two-syllable words are more difficult to pronounce. For example, the name Justine. This is a perfect example to use sync and go up. The first syllable said on sync. Simply just start by saying sync. Just. Now you say just. Explain to the child that their voice can hit a high sound. You may want to introduce this concept by asking the child if they like singing. If they don't, just explain. It will only be for a moment, and then they can move on. Say this. Here is the difference in my voice when I say een, and make the een sound like a higher pitch. You don't need to explain the second sound as a higher pitch if they don't like singing. Do this 3 times through and work on it every day until successful. I've found repetition is easier for children with autism. Remember to always encourage the child is doing really well. Say the name of the child and remember the sync and go up. Repetition can be key. Day 6. Ask how the last class went. Encores, music, PE, computer tech, or homeroom. How you transition matters. You may try house and insert the student's name here. Make a suggestion like in high spirits, sad, or could use some cheering up, or just okay. On day 7, children with autism need more ways to express themselves. By giving them new ways to express themselves, you can help them carry on a conversation. Like this. What's the plan today, Mrs. Insert your name, pause, and then proceed with a short plan you know your child will understand. After all, the key to learning is understanding. Have you ever heard that saying, close for comfort? Let's move on to day 8. Praise is a great thing. Remember to use conscious discipline. Remember to use it. Day 9. One thing I'd like to share is that when you are using praise, you must be careful how you say it to a child with autistic needs. For example, if you're saying, you are good, make sure you don't sound sarcastic. Like this, you are good, with an emphasis on good. It's okay to emphasize the words you are or are. I personally like the way it sounds to emphasize the word are. You are good. Children love to be told that they're doing good, and they love to receive praise. Day 10. Whoever says it gets it, meaning the one giving the compliment is not the one receiving it. Think about it before you speak it. This is a reminder to think of it. You know what to do. This is part 1. I hope you join me for the second part as we go over your tips for teaching students with special needs.